7 in the chat box. Hey, let me know something. Let me know something. Who's feeling good? Type of 777 in the chat box. Clyde is feeling good. Is Clyde the only one? I see. Let's see. Donya's feeling good. Sierra, good to see y'all on the call. We're gonna get this thing started in just a moment. Matter of fact, why don't we begin now? Let's talk about it, guys. My topic here tonight, okay, is the third and final of the 90 days. It's the final 30 days in the 90-day sprint. And arguably, it is one of the most difficult, but also one of the most rewarding things about this business, and it's developing leaders. If you're ready to know how to develop leaders in your business, type a 777 in the chat box. Okay? If you're ready to learn how to develop leaders inside of your business, somebody type a 777 in the chat box. Guys, I'm going to give this thing to you. I'm going to really break this thing down. I will literally leave no stone unturned. I'm going to dive deep. And if just one person understands what it is that I'm about to give you, my time was worth it here tonight. Okay, but I'm going to give this final reminder. Those of you on the call, one step to developing leaders is exposing them to the right information. I want you to ask yourself right now, who in my organization that can be on this call is not on this call? I'm going to say that again. Who in my organization that can be on this call, okay, that really needs to be on this call is not on this call? And what I want you to do is take it upon yourself, okay? And I want you to send a message privately to them. Send them the link. Send them a screenshot. Tell them, lock in, sis. Lock in, bro, okay? Literally let everybody know what it is that's happening right here tonight on Zoom. So without further ado, number one, the leadership standard. Ladies and gentlemen, one thing we've been talking about is action-based calls. Okay, action-based calls, interactive calls. I don't want to talk at you. I want to talk with you. So what I want every single one of you to do is just imagine, okay, what are the best leaders like in your head? What are the best leaders like, some of the best leaders you've ever had? What's the standard? What are some of the characteristics? What does a good leader look like? And I want you guys to begin to type those things in the chat box. Okay, the perfect, and there is no perfect leader, but the ultimate leader, an effective leader, a powerful leader. What is that? What does that look like? Somebody start typing in the chat box. Let me know what some of those things are, right? The last leader that you have come across, the leader that you work with, who you have so much respect for, the leader who you want to emulate and become just like, start to let me know some of those things and just tell me, right? Tell me what those things are in the chat box, the leader that you want to become, right? When people say, she's this type of leader, when people say, yeah, he's this type of leader, what do you want them to say? This is interaction, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I want to know from y'all, what are some of those things? Okay, servant leader. Okay, and I'm putting this, look, y'all gonna do the slideshow with me. I got y'all doing the slideshow. Okay. Okay, servant leader, right? Somebody else says empathy. Okay, somebody else says real, right? Authentic. Somebody else says integrity. Okay, somebody else says humble. Anything else, ladies and gentlemen? What is the standard of a leader? When you see your leader every single day, what are they doing? How about that? What is a leader doing on a day-to-day basis? Tell me what some of those things they're doing. Okay, what is some of the action that a leader is taking? Okay, good at building relationships. Okay, building relationships, right? And I'm listening to you guys. I'm watching. Keep on going. Don't stop. Okay. We said building relationships. Okay. Come on, y'all. Keep going. What are some of those things that the best leaders that you know that they do? They set a standard. Selfless service. Remaining a student. Okay. That again, this is again, I see humility, servant leader, keep popping back up. Builds the culture. Okay. Builds culture. Okay. What else is a good leader? Okay. Giving momentum. I like that. Okay. Leads from the front. Okay. What else is a good leader doing in this business every day? What is a good leader doing in this business every single day? Going the extra mile. Love it. Clear goals and objectives. We'll type goal oriented. Okay. What else? Okay, there we go. I see it. I see some action words. I see prospecting, presenting, promoting, resilience. Okay. Let's see here. Prospecting, promoting. All right. Look, y'all get to help me make the slideshow. Okay. Prospecting, presenting. Okay. And we're going to cut it off there. There's so many different things, but we're going to go ahead and say the leadership standard is the things that you guys listed below. So let's talk about it. Why did I say you have to start with a standard? Okay. The reason why I said you got to start with the standard, ladies and gentlemen, is because if you don't have a standard, if you cannot agree on a concept, well, ladies and gentlemen, there's always going to be a misconception. Okay. So that word leader gets thrown around very loosely. People say, oh, that's a leader. Oh, that's a leader. He's a leader. She's a leader. Well, what is a leader? We have to set the standard, because if we call a leader somebody that's making money, that's not a leader. That's an earner, right? That's an earner. Okay. Just because somebody talks well, that doesn't make them a leader. Just because somebody is popping on social media, that does not make them a leader. That's why I asked you guys to set the standard and tell me what is an incredible leader. And I'm going to get into more of, those things in just a moment, but let's start with what y'all say. Y'all said a servant leader. So if the standard is servant leadership, then guess what? You got to be a servant leader. Okay. What does that mean, ladies and gentlemen? That means that you're putting other people above yourself. That means instead of focusing on your goals, you are actually casting the vision for how many other people's goals you're going to help them achieve. Okay. Being empathetic, being real. This all falls into the category of what I like to call a pleasing personality. I'm going to talk about that in just a second. Okay. That means you have to be authentic. That means you can't be capping on the gram. Right? How many of y'all ever seen cap culture? Yes or yes? Type answer in the chat box. Everybody should be typing yes. It's so much cap, it's ridiculous. Okay. Now listen, if you said that you want a culture of people being real, a culture of people being authentic, well, don't you think it will be important for you to be authentic? Yes, this means stop flexing stuff that's not real. This means stop fabricating and perpetrating. Okay, this means be an authentic individual. Can I tell you guys something that I want you to write down and never forget? The truth is good enough. I didn't know that in the beginning, y'all. I really didn't. I'll be the first to say, I did not know that the truth was good enough. I thought you had to lie. And I'm not saying lie like blatantly, but y'all know, like just kind of exaggerating, right? Trying to stretch the truth, right? All of a sudden, we take the $7 trillion marketing, we got to blow it up and call it a $250 market. Okay. We got to take platinum 1000s and call them 6-figure earners. Okay, for edification. No, just be real, be raw, be authentic. Okay, some of us are piquing interest based upon the past. That is the wrong way to do it. Peak interest on what you're about to do. Peak interest on what it is that you're about to create. I still, at this point in my career, I still edify other people. I still cast a vision for the future. Okay. So y'all said it, not me, but I agree with you. Being real, being authentic, having integrity, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. What kind of person are you? What are you doing when no one's watching? Are you telling the truth? The self-confidence formula says anything not built upon truth and justice cannot long endure. And I've seen it in this business. The leaders, the vets, I see y'all on the call, they know and they can confirm for you. How many of y'all leaders and vets, you seen somebody build a business and they didn't build it on truth and justice? And because of that, it fell apart. Because of that, right? They sowed seeds of chaos, of destruction. They sowed seeds, okay, of downfall. And that is why ultimately that was a downfall of their organization. Okay. Building relationships. Guys, listen, it's so important as a leader that you're able to connect with people. Ask yourself, rate yourself, how effective am I when it comes to actually building relationships with people? Can I quickly, actually establish a relationship with somebody? Can I help somebody to feel comfortable? Is my environment all inclusive, or does it just make one type of person feel good? Does it just make one type of person feel welcome? Okay. Or are you well-rounded? Building culture. Can we talk about that? What are some things that we can do to build culture? Action-based call. The action is type it in the chat box. Okay. What are some of the things that what's an incredible culture, guys? You tell me, right? What's an incredible culture? Okay. What are some of the things that you've seen in an incredible culture? Positivity. Yes. Talk about it. Okay. How many guys have been a part of a culture where that group of people, that clique of people was always talking about, what the company wasn't doing? Why is it cost this much? Why is there credit card processing issues? Why does it have to be like that? Well, how come that leader did this? Well, it starts with you. Okay. Withdrawal culture. I like that. So listen, follow me here because I'm taking y'all somewhere. If the culture is withdrawal culture, then what does that mean? Well, you have to set that. That's why we got to set the standard. We're talking about developing leaders, more specifically, developing the leaders around you. But before you develop the leaders around you, you must develop the leader within you. So we're talking about a 90-day blitz. You're talking about putting 20 people in 30 days. But let me ask you something. What standard are you setting? Uplifting. Are you uplifting people? Or are you guys, what's crazy, right? In the beginning, you might, your business might be solely dependent upon you. You might get so good at presenting that you don't want to let anybody else present. You might get so good at three-way calls that you don't want nobody else in your organization running the three-way calls unless you're closing. You might get so good at launching, you don't want anybody else to launch. But can I tell you that one of the best things you can do is allow other people to do it? And when you allow other people to do it, do you make them feel bad for not being amazing, or can you uplift them? Okay. Do you know how to critique a person? Do you know how to, correct a person while still uplifting them after? Right? Okay. In-person productivity. I love that. So if the culture is people working and being productive in person, let me ask you something. Are you doing that? Okay. Dropping charts. Yes. Come on now. Talk about it. If you want that to be the culture in your organization, you got to drop charts. Guys, it's so simple. It's profound, because y'all want to know how to develop the leaders around you and in your business. But can I tell you that developing the leader within you is half the battle? It's really the majority of the battle. A yes, you can environment. Again, if you want to create that environment, you have to start telling people, yes, you can. Okay. Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen, you want a business that is dependent upon a system, not dependent upon you. Okay. You want to create a system of people who have become dependent upon a system, not a business that is dependent upon you, but it's going to require that you build the business that way. That means if you are a really slick talker and you're really good at, you don't use any sort of slideshow, you don't use any sort of system, you don't use anything that's duplicatable, and you're just getting people started. Can I tell you that it's not about what works, it's about what duplicates. So whatever you're doing in business, remember I told you this before you get hundreds of people on your team. How you do it matters. Just because you can recruiting is that's the simplest part. Don't think that because you can recruit and put new people into your business that you've actually been effective. You know that you've been effective, okay, when you've done it based upon a system that anybody can do. Because people are going to look at you and they're going to ask themselves, can I do what it is that he's doing? Can I do what she's doing? And if the answer is no, ladies and gentlemen, that business is not going to last. Okay. How many guys understand what it is, what I'm saying when I say create a standard? Type of 777 in the chat box. Guys said, number one is creating a standard for leadership. We can't just call anybody a leader. Okay. We can't just see people hit a certain rank and start calling them leaders. There must be a standard. Okay. Leading from the front. If you want people to lead from the front, you got to lead from the front. You want people prospecting daily? Are you doing your DMOs? Okay. Are you presenting? You want to develop leaders that present, but are you presenting? Or are you avoiding every opportunity to grow? Let's move forward. Next, ladies and gentlemen, identify potential. And really, again, y'all know my style, man. I get right to the point. There's no need to be on here for soup, but I'm gonna give it straight to you. Identifying potential is the next step. You must find out who the next wave is. If you're not developing leaders, you're wasting your time in this business. You are. Because what's going to happen is you're going to put yourself on a hamster wheel. You're going to recruit. They're going to come in. They're going to come in. But if you don't get a leadership team, if you don't get a squad of people around you that's just as motivated and hungry as you, it's not going to happen. not in a big way. And you're going to have to do the same thing over and over and over again. And guess what? Pain will only leave you when it's done teaching you. Pain will only leave you when it's done teaching you. Okay. So what it is that you want to do is identify who in my business in the final 30 days of the 90-day run, who is it that has identified themselves as a potential leader, a rising leader? You know how I actually identify that? I'm gonna go over the top 5 characteristics of a leader. Character. Is this person truthful, honest? Guys, you can overlook these things if you want, but developing leaders is risky business because you got to bring them into your space. You got to give them your time, your energy. You got to pour into these people. Find somebody with character. If you skip that, if you try to, well, maybe he's not honest, maybe, he lies, but I'm gonna still work with him because he's a producer. If you do that, you will find yourself in a position where you have felt that you've wasted your time, because that is going to double back. That is going to come back. And I've seen almost probably every personality come through my business, and these things do matter. Integrity. Okay. Is this person a person of integrity? Positive mental attitude, right? Again, don't make excuses for people. If they're not positive, if they're always complaining about something, if they're always saying what's not working, if they're always, how many guys know somebody that, they just come in a room and you feel like they put a dark cloud over the entire room? Okay. How many guys know somebody that just, they come in a room and they just literally shoot the energy? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, you want to identify somebody with a positive mental attitude. How many guys been around somebody, they get in the room and they just light the room up? They get in the chat and they just got the chat. And I see y'all on this call. It's certain people on this call, they light it up every day. They make everybody excited to get after it. Okay. They bring life to the organization. That's the person you want to work with. Somebody with a work ethic. Work. That's, you must be willing to do the work. Sometimes I like to just see what a person will do. Watch this, guys. Listen to me. There's got to be a certain level of access to you. There's got to be qualification on that access. When you get to, a certain level in this business where you got a big business of people, and my leaders on this call can attest, you can't work with everybody. Okay. You don't want to work with everybody. Trust me. In the beginning, oh yeah, you're going to be all excited. Oh my goodness, I got more people in my business in this final 30 days of this 90 days than I'd ever had. And you're going to want to work with everybody. It's not even possible. Okay. And guess what? The return is not the same for spreading your time out amongst all those people. You must be able to choose the right individuals. The leaders that you see on this call, the chairman of this organization, they have become good at identifying him. I'm going to spend my time with them. I'm going to pour into them. And you'll see the people they spend the most time with, if you pay attention, they're the ones making money. They're the ones winning. Okay. But leaders, rising leaders on this call, you must learn how to qualify your time. If someone doesn't have a work ethic, stop spending all your time with them. Why would you spend your time with somebody who's super positive, has great character, but they don't get to work? You know what the return on your investment is? Zero. Okay. You're getting nothing back. You got yourself a nice friend, which is cool. Okay. Which is cool. But I thought we were in this business for increase. Okay. So determine who it is. I like to just watch, look, it happens. And I'm like, okay, it's been 30 days and this person, I'll tell a person, wow, sis, you still haven't quit yet. I'm impressed. Okay. Wow, bro, you've been really, putting me in chats, connecting me with prospects for a little bit now. I think it's time for you to have a greater level of access. I think it's time. I don't say that, right? But, in my head, I'm like, okay, let me bring you in closer. Let me spend some more time with you because you might be the next wave. Pleasing personality, guys. They've got to be somebody, again, it's always a plus when people get along with them. How many guys seen that leader that's very one-sided? Nobody gets along with them. It's just static and tension and friction everywhere they go. You know, if you bring them around these people, it's going to be a problem somehow, some way. This person's going to turn it into an argument. This person's going to turn it into some gossip. This person's going to turn it into a negative situation. Okay. Those are not the people you work with. Those are not the people you spend your time with. Okay. You must identify, ladies and gentlemen, identify potential. I want it, like, you want to know what I'm looking for? I'm looking for who's in the chats. Who's talking in the chat? Who's talking in the chats? I'm gonna work with you. I want to know who's in the participant section every day. I'm gonna work with you. I want to know who's doing stuff without me having to tell them. I'm gonna work with you. I'm looking for who's using Go Live without me having to tell them. I'm gonna work with you. I'm looking for who is literally starting to brand himself on social media. Who knows that when in Rome, it makes sense to do what the Romans do. They're looking around, they're seeing what other leaders are doing. How many guys have somebody in your team, you ain't even tell them to do it. They start following the top leaders. Next thing you know, their Instagram start looking like the top leaders. That's who you work with. Okay? That's who you work with. I want to know who's reaching out more than anybody else. I want to know who has a hunger to be the best student more than anybody else. I want to know that before you asked me and wanted all my time privately, that you studied all the information that I had out publicly. Have you listened to the trainings? Like you can listen, but how close can you listen? You can listen, but how close can you listen? Are you slow to listen or are you fast to listen? I'm talking about developing leaders. This is truly necessary to one of the high level in this business. Okay. Are you showing up to the events? Whether it be any type of event, especially the major destination events. I'm just telling y'all, again, this is the final 30 days of the 90-day run, and you're going to have a bunch of people left. And out of that bunch of people, I'm telling you how to identify the right ones. Okay. I'm telling you how to identify the right ones. This is a good one. Who's willing to serve? I love somebody who's willing to serve. They're not selfish. They're like, how can I serve the organization? How can I uplift the organization? Hey, is there anything that you need? What's my role? How can I play a role in this? How can I uplift and bring the team closer to the vision? Okay. How many guys understand what I'm saying when I say identify potential? How many guys understand? Top of 777 in the chat box as we get toward the last little bit that I got for y'all. Okay. Show, shadow, duplicate. Show, shadow, duplicate. Okay. Show, shadow, duplicate. Everybody hit the Telegram chats. Everybody hit the Discord chats. Everybody hit your team chats and type SSD in all caps. Type SSD in all caps. Don't put it on Zoom. Go to the Telegram chat. How about we wake the team up? Go to the Discord chat. How about we wake the team up? Okay. And type SSD in all caps. Blick the chats. Okay. SSD stands for show, shadow, duplicate. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how you do it. There's 7 skills in this business. Number 1, finding prospects. Number 2, inviting. Number 3, presenting, following up, closing, getting people started, and promoting events. Okay. You want to develop leaders, you must become one. Are you finding prospects on a day-to-day basis? You should be able to do that effortlessly if you even hope to develop leaders. If you're still saying, I don't know who to talk to, that's a sign I'm not ready yet. That should be effortless. Prospects should be unlimited. If you don't know how to find unlimited prospects, you want to connect with your coach, consult with your coach before we start this run. Y'all got about 7 days left, 6 days left until we launch this thing. Get your answers on these questions. Inviting. You want to teach that you want leaders in your team inviting every day. Do you know how to invite? Do you know the perfect invite? Okay. There's training on it. There's literally a plethora of training on the invite. Presenting. Do you know how to present? How do you want to have leaders in your business that present and you don't know how to present? You know what the best way to learn how to present is? Several ways. Number 1, do it. That's the best way. Do it again and again and again and again, and then do it again, and then you do it some more. But in addition to that, It's so many different top leaders that got presenting videos on YouTube. I was fanatical. You know what I did? I was fanatical. I took presentations I heard and I would transcribe them. I would transcribe them. I would write down every single word. Do you need to do that? No, it's not necessary. I'm just telling you how I was. I wanted to know, what is he saying? Why is it hit? I really wanted to know. I wanted to really see, to the point where I was literally doing presentations, okay? And I was word for word giving what it is that I transcribed. Am I telling you to do that? No, I'm not. Be yourself, be authentic, okay? Use your own examples. You can, I mean, hey, you know what? Steal the examples, steal the jokes. Success is a copycat game as long as you are copying the right cat. Okay. But it's just too much resources. That's why I personally, I will teach this. Yes, I will. But I spend a lot of my time with the spiritual side of the business. I spend a lot of my time with the mental part of the business, because no one had to really, like, I sat there and like studied this stuff. I sat there and practiced this stuff. Okay. Following up. You know what most people's in this profession, their problem is? They don't follow up. They don't follow up. They reach out one time and they never hit the person back, like an amateur. That is what an amateur does, guys. If you're going to prospect somebody, guys, you can't be focused on being annoying. You can't, oh, do they think I'm annoying? Do they think I'm doing too much? Oh, well, you know, well, she did leave me on scene. I don't want her to think less of me. Ladies and gentlemen, you in business. You're trying to get rich. Most of these people, they're not even thinking twice about what it is that you're doing. You probably wouldn't even talk to a lot of these people anyway. So why are you worried about what they think of you? You can't cash their opinions of you in at the bank. Their opinion it means nothing. If no one's talking about you, you're not about to make any money. If I know that you're about to make some money when you're like, man, I'm going through it. You know, I've been rejected so many times, and these people starting to talk about me. They got me in the group chat. That's when I know that you're about to do something. Okay. Now, mind you, you can avoid negative responses by being a professional, right? By not being, you know, a little copy and paste, little spammer. Being authentic can avoid a lot of that. But at the end of the day, yeah, we hitting people up and we're doing it consistently. So guess what? You're going to have some backlash. It just is. It comes with the territory. Just sign up for the process and everything that comes with it. It's just part of the game. You'll be the nicest person in the world, the coolest dude in the world, coolest girl in the world, and people will still get you wrong. People will still say very negative, rude things to you. It's just part of the game. But are you willing to follow up? Do you have a system for follow-up? Do you even track your business? Do you track your numbers? Do you track your DMOs? Come on, I'm trying to wake y'all up. You said you want to develop leaders, but we can't even get there unless you become a leader yourself. Closing, okay? Closing, ladies and gentlemen. This one's fun. When you learn how to close, it's actually really fun, okay? But it's honestly one of the more difficult skill sets. It's really like, the only reason I say that is because it's just so, there's only so many different objections that people give you, but it's on the spot. Sometimes it's high pressure. You know, sometimes it just, what I'm saying to you is this, okay? Closing is something that you really want to learn, but even if you don't learn it right away, you still have your upline chairman to close for you. You still have your upline P5 to close for you, upline P2 to close for you. So even if you don't get this down, you to become a master, that's cool. Get it eventually. But again, if you want to develop people with that skill, you first have to have it. Getting people started. Okay. You gotta, that's just the bare, you gotta be able to put people in this thing. Otherwise, you always gonna be just upset about something. Because when you're not putting people in the business, everything's going wrong. For some reason, it just seems like everything's going wrong. Why? Because the answer is new blood. The answer is putting more people in the business. That's where personal momentum always precedes group momentum. Okay. If you can't generate no personal momentum by going out there, putting a quick bunch of people in the business, You can't even inspire your group to do it. They won't do what you say. They'll do what you do. You can tell them all you want, but they're going to watch what you're doing. Promoting events. Okay. That's vitally important. I just did a call on that yesterday. Okay. I want you guys to understand something. With every single one of these skill sets, you must show, shadow, duplicate. So if you're going to find prospects, okay, you're going to show your team how to do it. Hey, man, here's how I'm finding prospects every day. Then you're going to create an environment where you guys get together and work. It could be on Zoom. It could be in person. You're going to get together and you're going to watch them do it. That means you're shadowing. Okay. You critique them. You correct them. And that can be very difficult for people to be corrected so much, to be critiqued so much, because it makes them feel uncomfortable. They're probably like, if they're going to get on the phone, sometimes they're going to want to walk outside while they do it. So if they want to go in the bathroom, they go like walk away from you so you don't listen to them doing it. Do you know how to build them up after? Do you know how to make them feel comfortable? That's part of developing leaders. If you can do that, there it is. You've developed somebody who's able to find prospects. You develop somebody who's able to do the invite, presenting. I'll do the whole thing. You watch me, study it, take notes. I want to know what your notes are. What are the notes you had? What did you notice? What did you take away? Cool. I want to watch. Okay, I'm going to do, I want you to do the front half. I'm going to do the back half. Cool. You're starting to get that thing down. And this could be a home event. This could be a Zoom webinar. Either way, you should do both. Cool. You did a good job. Only thing is your energy was kind of low. You were monotone. I would pick that up. And, you were talking too fast. You did the whole thing in 5 minutes. Slow down. But other than that, you did amazing. Okay. Again, duplicate, ladies and gentlemen. Show, shadow, duplicate. Following up. It's self-explanatory. You just literally, you show them how to do it. If you can get together physically, that's the best thing. But if you can't get together physically, do it on Zoom. If you really want to develop that leader and ask them how it's going, make sure they're knowing how to do it. Getting people started. Again, let them watch you prospect. Let them watch you close. Let them watch you do this stuff. You don't have to be in the same marketplace to do it. And then promoting events. They should see your example and say, okay, I know, I understand the assignment. Okay. I see what it is that we're doing. They should be able to look at your example. Oh, okay, I see how he did this. He might have did this and he might have did that. And he put things together like this. Okay, now it's my turn. Ladies and gentlemen, the last thing before I let you guys go is constantly pour into them. Okay, constantly pour into them. You must give them experiences, folks. Understand every single one of you is who you are today because of the experiences that you've had. Follow me here. Every single one of you you're who you are in this business. You're on this call because of something happened to you. Something you experienced, something you saw, something you heard, something you watched, something, and it did something to you. That's the only reason you had, the hungerness to even get on a call like this on a Thursday night. You could be doing anything, but you chose to be here. That, like, I'm willing to bet a series of events happened to make you that way. What experience have you not given to the people that you have actually enrolled into this business that is preventing them from becoming the next you? Have you put them on a three-way call with a chairman? Have you put them, okay, on a call, right, with some of the most profitable traders in the team? Okay, have you actually spent those long late nights just talking and conversating with them? Okay. Have you brought them into your space and let them see what it is that a full day of work looks like? Have they been to an offline event? Have they been to a major destination event? Have they had their first withdrawal? You haven't given them that experience, but you expect them to believe. Okay. Experiences, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. You're hopping on these calls and you want to develop leaders, but your team not on the call with you. What's up with that? It's not going to work. How are they supposed to believe? How are they supposed to get fired up? How are they supposed to buy into the 90-day run? Like sooner or later, watch this, sooner or later, you're going to get tired. You can get real tired of, okay, well, I'm learning, I'm growing, but what the heck? I got in this thing for leverage. I got in this thing for residual income. I got in this thing to have a business that works with or without me. So wait a minute. that means everything I'm doing, your energy is going to shift. It's going to happen like a light switch. And I hope I'm inspiring it to happen sooner. But you're going to become entirely focused on helping other people do things, not just you doing them. I got to a point, I said, it was about P2. I said, you know what, man, if I'm just going to do everything myself, I might as well just have a job. I might as well just work a job. Because I'm having to do this thing every single, I'm doing everything. Essentially, you become a prisoner within your own organization. Okay. You're at the will of literally everything revolves around you. Okay. Watch this. I just posted a video. Okay. I just posted a video and I literally was talking about this. I was talking about this today in the video that I posted on Instagram. And I was telling people that essentially an immature leader wants all of the credit. That's immature. That's the quickest way you know that person's immature. They want the credit. They want to be seen. They want to be in the limelight. They want to be in the spotlight. Oh, look at me. Look how great I am. Listen to the sound of my voice. That's an amateur leader. They will always be limited. Pretty soon you get to a place where you will build other people up with the accolades, and you know that you can still build assets. You can let other people collect the credit and you can still collect cash. You don't have to be the center of attention. You let him shine. You let her shine. Let them get on the call. Let them speak at the event. Don't be so stressed out on, oh, she didn't do it perfect. Well, she didn't do it like me. He didn't do it like me, so I don't want him to do it. Well, guess what? You'll always have a job. But when you can put other people in position, guess what? You can sit back and watch them cross the stage and you can be proud. You can be happy for them. You can be excited for them. And guess what? Because you didn't ask for credit, you're going to get it anyways. Okay. But you know a true leader? Okay. When the team succeeds and they think they did it themselves. Okay. That's a good leader. Okay. When the team succeeds and they feel like, man, look at me. That's how you know. Okay. That you were successful in empowering them and getting them to believe in themselves. Because guess what? The truth is this. We don't create platinum 1000s. We don't create platinum 2000s. All we do is help people believe that they can. We don't make leaders. Otherwise, we would just make a new one every day. Okay. But you can inspire somebody to believe that they can. You can give somebody and equip somebody and help develop somebody with the skills necessary to do that thing. Of value. Okay, you can send them a video, guys. Don't just be sending links to people. People don't respond well to that. Send them a link and say, hey man, if I sent you a video, you edify the video and you ask them, hey, what's the best time you got 10 minutes to catch up after you see this video? Video is about an hour long. Audio is about an hour long. And when they give you a time, that's when you send it. And it might be some Jim Rohn. It might be some Tony Robbins. It might be, one of the Chairman 750, Chairman Elite. It might be a chairman, a mentorship call, something. But sometimes we forget how many calls we've heard. We forget how many experiences we had, and we don't give it to other people. But we expect them to be like us. No, they don't have what you have in here. So you have to get it to them. And part of getting it to them effectively is not spamming it to them. It's telling them why they need to listen to it. It's edifying it, and it's finding a time to follow up before you even send it. Okay. Guys, you got to put time, energy, and money into these leaders. Yeah, it's going to cost you money. You got to sow seeds. You got to pour into their vision, support their vision. Okay. Now, don't do it frivolously. Don't just, be careless with your time, energy, and money. But when you see a qualified leader that you want to invest into to become the next wave, you invest your time, energy, and money into that person. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all I got for you guys tonight. If you got some value, go to my last Instagram post and type a nice comment, type agreed, okay, type something. I was talking about this literally, or at least a piece of it on my Instagram. My Instagram is literally at Malachi J. Turner, just so the same way you see it on the screen. And I tell you guys what, man, I hope y'all got some value. We're going to keep this thing just at probably under 45 minutes. I will post this recording so you guys can study it. And I mean, get ready, man. Get ready. We're about to launch this 90-day run. We're about to, like, if you knew what some of the leaders were cooking up, what we were working on behind the scenes, what it is that we were putting together, if you knew, oh, you would be running. You would be running. You would not waste time. Get ready, because what it is that we're about to do, the way we're coming out of Palm Beach, they're going to call out the next wave. Okay. I'm talking about the company is about to look and see what it is that we're doing. I'm talking about being literally the talk of the profession, the talk of this entire industry with what it is that we're about to do and the way we're about to come. That being said, guys, glad to have some time with you guys tonight, and I will see you on the next one.